Okay, second question. How can I increase my milk supply?
Okay, very good question. And in that instance, when we have moms watching these videos, before the milk is in and it's colostrum stage, it is just very important we let baby feed on demand. Skin to skin is a way to increase your production throughout your journey. Anytime you have that closeness, I like baby's hands out and touching. That increases your oxytocin and prolactin just doing skin to skin. So that is a wonderful way. The other way from the beginning and even after milk is in is hand expressing. And I have a breast here to show everyone. With hand expressing is going to act as baby's massage. Okay. So with hand expression, we're going to push back into the breast and then come together and release. Let me do it from this side. You can see push back together and release. Even if you don't get a lot, the stimulation, it acts as baby's massage to help stimulate the milk production. If you do get any and your baby is here and you have baby in your arm, which I will show it. Here's baby lively. So if you're nursing your baby and you're here, you can go ahead and hand express and put those drops right into baby's mouth. Okay. That is a stimulation for the milk production. And there's research on doing that hand expression early and often to help additionally stimulate your milk production for the long term, as well as baby get some extra. If you're a pumping mom and you're pumping and you only just get a small amount, hand expressing after pumping is very beneficial because often with pumping, we're going to just get the movement of the nipple here. With hand expressing, after you get done, you have the bottle here and then you can do some expression. And I've had moms just go shh and just spray after pumping because you can really get into those ducts all around and get that flowing. Okay, this breast actually has the option to fill with water. Isn't that cute? So skin to skin, hand expression, baby feeding efficiently, at least every 3 hours is very important. So we're not leaving milk in there and causing the supply to decrease. The other thing would be pumping, how to increase your supply. If baby's not feeding well and there's concern or need to supplement, it is very important we pump. Timing on pumping is to pump right after you finish feeding. You may not get a lot as far as getting some stock, depending on how baby's doing. But by pumping right after, the body's like in the stimulation mode. So it's nice to do together just for the brain and stimulation, but also it gives you a nice break between feedings. I have moms, they wait like 30 minutes or an hour and then they're pumping, they're washing, and guess who wakes up crying? So we consider mental health, even in the aspect of increasing production, is that we want to make it manageable. Hopefully the whole feed plan is done in 1 hour. And we're going to talk next about power pumping. That's one of our big things to increase supply. But one other thing would be the very important consideration of your mental health and your stress hormone cortisol. So taking good care of you, your self-care, your family support, all of that matters so much, as well as your bonding with baby, which is helpful with your mental health. We're going to talk about the health benefits with that. But then your diet. Calories are so important that we need 500 calories more than our basal metabolic need to maintain milk production. So if you're feeling a little bluesy or you're just busy and lacking the calories, you may see a dip. And so adding in nutrient-dense calories, especially complex carbohydrates, are so important. As you're burning calories, the body needs those carbohydrates to make enough milk. And Angelica went through that, and we actually had to troubleshoot this. And she's like, oh my gosh, I haven't been eating enough. And if you want to share kind of how that helped.
Yes. When I was so stressed out, I was going back to work. I started to do a diet, exercising and dieting. Supposedly, I was increasing my proteins and veggies and lowering my carbs, and I had no idea. And then all of a sudden, my milk supply disappeared. I had nothing, and I was desperate. I called you, and then you told me, "Are you?" The first thing you asked me, "Are you on a diet?" Yes.
Yes, I'm trying to. It's very common. Yes.
Yes. And immediately you told me to eat more carbs. They include carbs in my diet because I pretty much cut it. 2 days later, I ate 2 breakfasts, 2 lunch, 2 dinners for 2 days. It was great. I was having a lot of fun. And 2 days later, my milk supply was perfect.
Yep. Right
And
back up.
from there, I start more consciously including more carbs in my diet, especially like oatmeal and rice and stuff like that.
Right. Yep. And that's it. I see it commonly. I see it commonly. I want to lose the baby weight, or I'm back to work and more active, or at 6 weeks, the doctor gave me the go to start walking, or I have multiple kids. I mean, if you imagine right now you have another baby and you've got your toddler running around, you're just busy and it's hard to take care of ourselves as moms. And then the mental health aspect is so important, because I don't know about you guys, but if you feel stressed and overwhelmed, often our appetite is less. And so correlation there on taking good care of you and your mental health, so that you then have more of an appetite and production continues to swing up.
Yes, that's really important. Plus, it's fun.
Right.
Eating
Yeah.
is
Well,
fun.
actually, one of the benefits of breastfeeding is you have a higher appetite, so you can eat more, but you burn more calories. So it's actually, I literally loved breastfeeding in that instance. And then whenever I stopped breastfeeding, I was like, oh, back to normal
Yes, it
appetite.
happened to me. Okay.